Wednesday morning, guys. Although we'll cover some of my tech issues in a little bit, but I thought it was Monday today. Yesterday, I thought it was Monday. It's been a real week for me, as Brandon said earlier. It is Wednesday, though. It is November 13th. Thank you for joining us for our little update. This is not like a typical newscast. We're just running down some of the big stories, talking about, you can leave your comments and questions below. We're going to circle back to those. So we want you to be engaged. That is very much encouraged. We're starting off with kind of a tough topic, but this is a story that has gained an audience nationwide because everyone was invested in finding this little girl. This is 5-year-old Taylor Williams. Her mom reported her missing in Jacksonville last week. Well, there have been a bunch of ups and downs in this investigation, and now investigators say they found human remains in Alabama that could be Taylor. Officers were on their way to arrest her mom, Brianna, who's a petty officer in the U.S. Navy, when her family says she overdosed on pills. And now that mom is in a medically induced coma on life support. However, she's still been charged. So she is charged with child neglect and providing false information. She's being held on a $1 million bond. We're waiting to find out. Investigators are testing the remains that were found to find out if it is, in fact, Taylor. There's a whole lot more that you can dig into on this story. We have multiple articles on khou.com if you want to read more about this little girl and about this mom who was a homecoming queen, a scholar, had a bright future ahead, and investigators aren't really sure where it went wrong. Next up, there's that viral video out of Kyle, Texas, just south of Austin. We talked about it earlier this week on H-Town Rush. You've probably seen it. Want to warn you, it's a little graphic, but this is a substitute teacher just wailing on a 16-year-old student in a foreign language class, even stomping on her head. The substitute teacher was fired by Hays County ISD, or Hays Consolidated ISD, I should say, and this is her, Tiffany Lankford. Well, the district now says that there was another complaint back in September, didn't make its way up to the district level, though. The same teacher threw away a 12-year-old snack and then called the student a crybaby, and kind of, the parent alleges, bullied the 12-year-old. She is facing assault charges, by the way, for this. And again, the district got rid of her. She will not be subbing in any classes in the near future. You can read up on the update on that story and the background on khou.com if you're interested. Finally, have you seen this? There's a Costco coupon that's going around on Facebook, and this post says, if you share it, Costco is going to send you a $75 coupon. Sounds too good to be true, right? Yeah, because it is. It's not real. Costco says it's not going to send you a $75 coupon. I mean, you can share it if you want, but you might look a little foolish. So if you have fallen victim to this, maybe go back through your feed and clean that up. It's always interesting to see who shares this stuff on Facebook. Sometimes my friends I know who are smart, critical thinkers fall for it too. So don't feel bad if this one lulled you in. Now for some good news. How about that? Wouldn't that be nice on this Wednesday morning? TRAE the Truth, local rapper, has done so much good. You know, when there's been flooding, he's gone out and helped folks. He's raised money for folks. Well, now he owns 50% of a company called Cubby Love Bear. He's holding one right there. And it's for kids with special needs. And some of these speak for kids who might be nonverbal. And he says he was really inspired because his 16-year-old son has special needs. And he says he's a very special kid. But this will help kids like him, so many others. If you want to read up on this, find out how you can buy one of those bears, guess what? We have the link on khou.com. I know you're probably tired of me saying that. Finally, a story that is not on khou.com, at least not yet, but it's my favorite story of the day, and it's about music. How much music you're supposed to listen to every day to keep your brain healthy. 78 minutes, according to researchers. They say 78 minutes is good for a healthy mind. That's minimum. You can always go over that. which I easily do every day. I jam out as I'm getting ready in the morning, like at home, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, all that jazz. I jam out on my way to work. When I get here, I have to turn the music down for a little bit, but when I'm doing my makeup and stuff, oh, it cranks back up. Uh-oh, Kevin, are you seeing the fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Kevin here learning how to run the computer with Brandon.
Inappropriate comments.
There always are, you guys are so good about that. There's always one of you. Gotta get in every day. But let me know what music you listen to rev yourself up in the morning. For me, it changes every day. I'll always hit shuffle on my phone and then kind of build the playlist from there, like whatever it starts me off with. I'm like, okay, Tom Petty, where do we go after Tom Petty? What's next in the rotation? Cycle through. This morning it was Metric, which got a thumbs up from Brandon. We're gonna hear from him in a little bit, but leave your comments down below. Finally, your forecast. Maybe you noticed it's cold, like real cold, like freezing when you woke up this morning. We're not gonna have to deal with that again for a little bit. Tomorrow morning, it's gonna be around 40. It will be messy for your commute though. Watch out for that. It's not gonna be icy, freezing, rain, any of that. It's just gonna be cold and wet. So we'll deal with that. And then this weekend actually looks pretty darn nice. It's weird to see those temperatures that were just a couple weeks ago are overnight lows, now are highs though. It's gonna take some getting used to. Let me know if you ran out and got a coat yesterday like I did. I don't know where all my coats went. I mean, my car's been broken into a couple times in the past year, so I think perhaps that is where they wandered off. Not entirely sure, none in my closet. Ran by Old Navy, got a $30 coat, and it's the warmest coat I've ever had. I'm very happy with my investment. Brandon's shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head?
Oh yeah, just really love shaking my head.
I feel like that says a lot about Brandon. Yeah. All right, comment and question time.
All right, well, we'll start off with some good mornings. Rosie and Sue and Linda, good morning to y'all, our first commenters. A lot of people are pretty fired up about this story our first headline that we aired about the mother and the missing daughter who's now on life support. People are all pretty upset, understandably, about that.
There's so many cases like it anymore, and it's just every one of them is heartbreaking. But I feel like we're almost immune to them at a certain point because so many times a kid goes missing and we're hopeful and everybody shares the photo and tries to get the word out and make sure this kid comes home, and then so often we find out there was no chance of that ever happening, and it beats you down.
Yeah. On a lighter note, some people are commenting with their favorite tracks and people to listen to here. Rosie saying K-pop and 80s pop. Tanya, excuse me, is listening to Pandora from the 60s, 70s, and 80s channels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a Pandora Hamilton channel.
Nice.
Like if I'm really going musicals. So it basically plays Hamilton, Heathers, Mean Girls. Yeah, I wish people could see the expression on your face right now, Brandon.
Yeah, there's a reason there's not a camera
priceless.
over here. Yeah.
You can't hide anything. Either his head is making gestures for him or his facial expression is telling you exactly what he thinks about something.
Yeah, directors have no filter, so.
So what do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of indie music. I actually just finished watching Looking for Alaska, and it was about 2005, so there's a lot of 2005 era music, and it got me on this big throwback to stuff I was listening to in 2005. So the Shins and Cake, and I was a very sad boy.
Okay, so but that was kind of my era. That I had just graduated from college, out on my own, so that we're like in the same vein. I'm trying to think. Shins, Dandy Warhols, Metric, maybe a couple years later came out, Tegan and Sarah, but then I was also into Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance, there you go.
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance, that was
now
a
my
big one
kids
for
listen
me.
to it, which is really weird.
Do they?
The 12-year-old. The 12-year-old is in an emo phase. Although the 13-year-old likes Panic at the Disco.
I love when I blare it in the car on the way home, and at least 2 or 3 people around me look over and start bobbing. And yeah, that's right. I haven't listened to My Chemical Romance in 10 years. You're welcome, people of Houston.
So good. Aren't they coming back?
I don't know. He's a little too busy writing Netflix shows and stuff right now.
I don't know that. What is he writing?
The Umbrella Academy was his comic book adaptation.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're all wearing
Gerard Way,
shorts.
right? That's
Yeah,
his
Gerard
name?
Way. So they're all wearing shorts and suits and stuff. So yeah, it's obviously Gerard Way.
All right. Well, keep leaving your comments and questions. I'm going to go back through them here in a minute. Even the not so nice ones, because that's what we do here. There's another update at 2:15, so you can tune in for that. Hopefully you'll leave nice comments for them, and we'll see you tomorrow.